Okay, where we left off, we had made the tile into a family element. I deleted some in the last screen, and the component now is just a family element. And actually, if you select it, we could go into the Edit Family mode and then change the characteristics of this tile, which we will. We'll rotate it and do some other things. But for now, for this section of the video, what I wanted to do was go ahead and start to build our other components. So I'm going to step back to our 3D view here, and we're going to go ahead and pull off a few more elements. So I'm going to go to the level just so we can discuss this a little bit. So we've got the tile over here that we pulled off. What we also want to pull off is this Z-girt and the clip that holds the tile in place. They have a half clip, but we're just going to use the full clip, and that fits into a track, which we're going to go ahead and grab. I'm going to go to the 3D view again because it's a little bit easier to grab 3D objects. Some of that had filled regions in it, which won't copy over as well. And I'll go ahead and try and grab that clip and copy it over, and we'll simplify it. What I'll do right away is first explode it. I'll get rid of I'll explode it one more time, I think. I want to get rid of this rubber gasket, even though it's an important part of the element. We just won't use it in our detailing. I'll get rid of some of these other lines and pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and explode this again so we get down to basic lines. Oops, I didn't want to get rid of that line. I wanted to get rid of the red line. And I don't like the way that element. So we've got enough now to go ahead and extrude that out. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And then I'm going to go to make another model. Generic model. I'm going to make another extrusion. I'm going to place that element again. And now it's pink because we're in that editing mode. And I'm going to go ahead and actually add another line here to close this off. I think that'll be enough to make this work. Let's see what happens. It was happy enough with that. Okay, and one thing I want to do is I'm just going to shorten this down because this clip is probably only about 1.5 inches. Excuse the dog bark. And we'll finish that off. So now we have our clip. We now want to grab our Z-girt. This is the element that holds the channels off. This is the long channel. We'll make that when we go to plan view. But I'm going to grab the elements that are the Z-girt. And it looks like I have to grab a few more things because I've already partially exploded that. So I'm going to grab it and copy it over here where we can work on it. Come in and get rid of the things that are not part of that system. All right, and I'll copy that Z-girt, and then we'll go ahead and model in place again. We want an extrusion. I'll paste that. I think it's contiguous. It seems to be happy with that. So if I finish modeling that, we now have our Z-girt. And it's short, and it really is it's a building element. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead, and I don't know what I did that time. I'm going to go ahead and grab this again and just make it longer than its default length. I'll make it 5 feet. Just so we know that that's a long element. And we'll finish that off. So now we have our tile, our clip, and our Z-girt. Those are the things that we can pull out of this section view. And on the next video, we'll go to the plan view, which is here, and we'll pull the components that we can extrude out in that, which is like the stud and the rails that support the track rails or tracks. So we'll do that in the next clip.